Okay, I'm going to do a quick little video on just a basic understanding of if you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing getting to the final table of a big tournament. So, I had one friend, Ian, who was saying maybe I'm, because my last few results were min caches, maybe I'm not buying blinds enough or different things like that, playing too timid, too passive. Otherwise, why do I just min cache? And so basically, the way I look at the prospects of final table in a 3-day tournament. So the third day is when you hit the final table. You hit the final table, then you come back for the third day. So what are your odds of getting to a second day of a 3-day tournament? I would say most people are only going to make, and say, assuming 10% of the field is day 2, that would be 1 in 10 chance of making day 2. And so the chances of making the final table is another 1 in 10. Because to make day 3, you got to make 10% of the day 2 field. So it's 10 times 10, which is 100. So you got a 1 in 100 shot of making the final table. Now, when you factor skill in, and obviously the best tournament players have the best chances of making that final table, so I wouldn't give them a 1 in 100. I'd give them a 1 in maybe 70, maybe better than that. I consider myself in that same caliber. I'd give it about 1 in 70, but you got to think about it like this. Say you're halfway decent, but you're not like the best in the world, and you're making day 2 once every 6 or 7 shots. 6 or 7 times you play a tournament, you make day 2. That means you're gonna make day 3 once every 6 or 7 times you make day 2. So it's 6 or 7 times 6 or 7. So it's not 1 in 100, but it's pretty low. The thing about being a good player is when you get to that second day, you're the one with a 1 in 7 chance of making the third day, where everyone else is, or most of the players have a 1 in 10 chance. And now stack sizes factor in as well, but only to a short degree. And that's the way you got to look at it. You can't get discouraged and think, oh man, I keep losing on day 2. Well, how many day 2s have you lost on? You add it all up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you've made 10 day 2s and you haven't made a day 3, something wrong. And now it's an average, so you could do it once every 20 times you make day 2. But really, you should be at least getting to the third day once every 10 times. So just kind of calculate how many times you made a day 2, and then calculate how many times you made a day 3 of those day 2 times. And you may be right where you're supposed to be. You maybe have never even made 10 day 2s, so there's no reason to get upset that you haven't made a final table. You got to put in the work. It's a job. It's work. It's not easy to make a third day of a tournament. That means you could hit the final table on the third day. It's easier to make the third day of the main event or something like that. All right.